Parker. 2 million each.
We made a deal. You said we split the take, that's what we need to do.
Come on, Parker, hey. We're talking millions. Seriously.
If you were me, what would you do with a guy like you?
Divide up the shares and that'll be the end of it.
What if you decided not to do that?
I'd kill him while I had the chance.
Grab him!
The movie begins at an exhibition in Ohio, USA. A man named Parker disguises himself as a priest to carry out a bank robbery during the event. Parker is a professional thief who works with a team of 4. One member pretends to be a security guard, 2 dress as clowns, and the last one is responsible for distracting the crowd. Parker pretends to forget a suitcase inside the bank to set up the robbery. Suddenly, his partners disguised as clowns appear and attack the police, allowing the group to quickly gather all the money. Outside, another member sets fire to a pile of straw to distract everyone, but the flames spread to a fuel tank, causing a massive explosion that injures many people. Taking advantage of the chaos, Parker and his team escape. The man disguised as a security guard drives to a warehouse to switch vehicles. There, Parker becomes furious and hits his partner for starting the fire, something he strictly forbids in any heist. Although he is a professional thief, Parker has a rule never to harm innocent people. The group then leaves in a backup car. On the way, Melander, one of the members, suggests using all the stolen money for a new job to steal valuable jewelry, even though they had previously agreed to split the money right away. Parker refuses the idea and insists on dividing the money immediately, but Melander and his crew secretly plan to betray him. Realizing their plot, Parker fights back inside the car but is overpowered. Shot and thrown out onto the road. Melander orders his men to make sure he's dead, so one of them shoots him again before leaving. Shortly after, a farming family finds Parker badly injured but still alive. The farming family quickly takes Parker to the hospital. 2 days later, he wakes up and sees news reports about the police hunting down the group of criminals disguised as clowns, while also accusing him of being involved in the exhibition robbery. Though still weak, Parker decides to escape by disguising himself as a doctor. He succeeds, steals an ambulance, and drives to a wheat field. When he arrives, Parker takes care of his injuries and fully recovers after 3 days. He quickly steals a gun, some clothes, and a car, then contacts a man who helps people change their identities. Later, Parker robs a savings and loan cooperative to get money for his plan to take revenge on Melander and the crew who betrayed him. Parker quickly overpowers the guard and takes all the money, then escapes in the stolen car. On the way, he contacts his father-in-law, Hurley, a seasoned thief with deep connections in the criminal underworld. Parker asks about Melander and his crew, but Hurley claims he doesn't know their whereabouts. Instead, he suggests Parker look for Rinder, Malander's younger brother, who owns a nightclub on the edge of town and might know where Melander is hiding. Parker thanks Hurley and immediately heads to the nightclub. That night, he arrives at Rinder's club, quickly takes down several guards, and storms into Rinder's private room. After subduing him, Parker forces Rinder to reveal Malander's location. Rinder confesses that Melander and his crew are living in a luxurious mansion in Palm Beach, Florida. Parker then contacts Hurley again, telling him to leave and take his wife, Jin, with him for safety. Parker fears that Rinder might retaliate and put his wife and her family in danger. Meanwhile, Melander panics when he learns that Parker is still alive and hunting him down. Enraged, he blames August for failing to confirm Parker's death. August tries to calm him, saying that his uncle, a powerful mafia boss, will send his best assassin to eliminate Parker and his family. Malander feels relieved and asks August to seek his uncle's help. The next day, Hurley and Jin prepare to leave town. Before leaving, Hurley tells Jin to stay home while he says goodbye to the neighbors. While he is gone, a hitman sent by August's uncle shows up. Luckily, Jin notices in time and manages to escape. While fleeing, she calls Parker to warn him. Parker tells her to go to his hideout at a house by the beach. When Jin arrives, Parker meets with Hurley. Hurley advises him not to go after Malander, warning that it would endanger his family, and promises to give Parker $200,000 to make up for the money he lost. Parker remains determined to hunt down Malander and his crew. He now uses a fake identity under the name Daniel, posing as the son of an oil refinery owner, to purchase a house in the luxurious Palm Beach estate. At the same time, the story shifts to Leslie, a woman living with her mother in the same area, who is struggling financially. Leslie, a real estate agent in Palm Beach, is struggling financially due to many unpaid bills. She decides to steal her friend's client list to contact potential buyers on her own. Later, she manages to reach one client and arranges a meeting. That client turns out to be Parker, now living under his fake identity as Daniel. While Lizzie drives him to see the house, Parker suddenly asks her to stop the car midway to take care of something personal and walks toward the beach, leaving Lizzie waiting in the car. Parker visits Jin, who is hiding in the beach house. They share an intimate moment before he leaves to return to Palm Beach and continue his mission. The next day, Parker goes house hunting with Leslie and notices an abandoned house that looks different from all the others in the neighborhood. Leslie reveals that the house was purchased by a group of people who were never arrested, making Parker suspect that Malander and his crew are hiding there. That night, Leslie checks the records and discovers that Daniel has never used a credit card, realizing she's been deceived. She becomes even more anxious when she receives an email from the rental car company demanding the return of her vehicle. Meanwhile, Parker sneaks into the abandoned house and confirms his suspicion Malander and his gang are living there and preparing to leave. Parker quickly hides his weapon under the table and destroys all of Malander's guns, uncovering his scheme in the process. When Malander's crew returns, Parker manages to escape safely. Before leaving, he finds Lizzie waiting in the car. She reveals that she knows he is using a false identity and that she once worked with Rob Malander, but promises to keep his secret if he lets her come along, as she needs money. Parker agrees on the condition that she follows all of his instructions. Parker takes Leslie to his office and asks her to undress so he can check whether she's carrying any listening devices. After confirming she's clean, he leaves and promises to contact her the next day. The following day, Parker meets Lizzie again in an empty house, reveals his entire plan, and instructs her to follow his directions exactly. Parker asks Leslie about the location of the diamonds worth tens of millions of dollars that Malander's group is after. Leslie, who knows the area well, explains that the diamonds belong to the Queen of Palm Beach and will be auctioned off the following night. She takes Parker near the Queen's mansion, where he spots Malander and his crew disguised as officers to get close to the target. Parker immediately tells Lizzie to return to the office while he heads back to his hotel to plan his next move. When Parker returns to his hotel room, he is suddenly ambushed by a hitman sent by August. After a fierce fight, Parker defeats the assassin by throwing him out of the building. Later that afternoon, the police arrive at Leslie's house to question her about Daniel Permit, also known as Parker, after learning that she once worked with him. The police announce that Daniel Permit has killed a hitman, and the incident was captured on camera by local residents. At the same time, Leslie notices blood in the sink and on a dog nail trimmer, then finds Parker badly injured and hiding inside her house. Fortunately, the police don't discover him, and Leslie quickly insists that she has no connection to or knowledge of Daniel anymore. After the police leave, Parker tells Lizzie to go to work as usual to avoid suspicion. At first, she hesitates, afraid that someone might notice Parker's presence in the house. However, her mother reassures her and advises her to do as he says. She also agrees to let Parker stay in their home for a while. Leslie can't focus on her work because she keeps thinking about Parker, so she goes home to check on him. When she arrives, she sees Parker being cared for by his wife, who happens to be a nurse, which makes her feel a bit jealous. That night, the Palm Beach Queen's Diamond Auction begins, but is suddenly interrupted by an explosion that throws the event into chaos. Melander and his crew disguise themselves as firefighters to steal the valuable diamonds and escape by water. Meanwhile, August distracts the police by leading them into a restricted area, allowing Melander and his team to get away easily. At the same time, Parker hides inside Mander's house, waiting for the right moment to strike. Melander's crew returns with the stolen diamonds, while Lizzie arrives out of concern for Parker. August spots her and brings her to Melander, who quickly realizes that Parker is behind everything. Believing Parker is hiding somewhere in the house, he orders his men to search for him immediately. Melander threatens to kill Lizzie if Parker doesn't show himself. Meanwhile, Parker stays hidden and silently kills one of Melander's men. When Melander realizes that one of his men hasn't returned, he panics. When August takes Leslie hostage, his gun runs out of bullets, giving Parker the chance to take him down. In the end, Parker gets his revenge and recovers the stolen diamond. On the way back, Parker told Leslie to hide all the diamonds in the office ventilation room so he could collect them later. He planned to keep only $200,000 and give the rest to Lizzie and the farming family who had helped him. 6 months later, Parker found his uncle August, the mafia boss, who had sent a hitman after his family and defeated him once and for all to make sure no one could ever threaten him again.